For Belpost Hill, a kick off the ground, sees the ball almost inside 50 immediately for the Belpost Hill side. Parker puts a lot of pressure on the ball carrier there for North Geelong. Now we've got Stacks on the mill, about 60 metres from goal, and our forward flank for Belpost Hill. Hollands gets the tap down. Beaten to the ball there was Fitzsimmons, but puts pressure on the, just chips the ball to Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons, another serviceable game, Grubby. He's in it all the time.
Oh,
very positive. He might be better than serviceable. Almost a fantastic mark by Ferguson there in the middle of the ground. Goes and goes. The ball in, Barton in front. It was a poor throw in, but he got the tap away to Page. Eludes 2 or 3 tackles. Now kicks it back toward the corridor. In front, Matheson does a great job on Grigich. As now we've got Stacks on the mill. Umpire will blow the time score. Belpost 3-9. Trail North Geelong 9-9.
Throw in and it gets put onto the boot straight away down into right in the attacking part of Belpost Hill. Picked up off hands there by Razmovsky. Couldn't get it.
Free kick.
Jovanovic took the play without the ball away. And who will come up with that? I think it might be Gibbs.
It was a cunning move. He didn't pick it up, did he?
No,
he went
to.
Had the arms over the footy and then left it alone.
They're very clever.
So looking for options. Going to go a little chip kick up the side and he'll find Fitzsimmons. Still deep in the defensive area for North Geelong. Heads up towards the half-back flank position looking for Miller. Comes a long way up. Oh, good solid lead and mark there by Miller. No doubt over his leg injuries from earlier in the year. He's done well.
Can you imagine what he's done to the under-18 kids when he plays against them?
Oh, you'd be frightened, wouldn't you? Miller gets a big kick forward and he will find, is that Biggs? Biggs kicks the ball. Goes long, wasn't a great kick, came off the side of the boot. Have to work hard there. Addy leads in the race for the ball, but into the back of his opposition player there. Play on, says the umpire. McNamara's going to come out, tries to shrug Podner off, doesn't quite do it. Arriving late there, I reckon, was Hutchison might have been. In fact, it's Watts who's now going to come out round, does a big cycle round the back. Heads forward, true centre half position. Whistle on play.
Pay the mark,
pay the mark. He doesn't pay the mark, says play on. Pack forms on, 3 players in the pack, 4 in the...
It's a mark, and I think it was.
Up she goes again. Comes off again, but both basically players just fall on tacking in. Up they go. Not a great throw up. Barton again. Holzfein gets a kick out of the air. Can't get the ball away. Drops to his feet. Pack forms once again. And will be the third stoppage.
Clean it out.
Next week to the Casey Tatungi.
Fantastic.
I actually asked him, do umpires get paid, do they? Jeez.
Came out with Holzfein, got the ball, got it away, but Podner's intercepted and he's got the kick. Drives North Geelong now, deep into attack. He's looking for you ripper.
In amongst 3.
Just inside 3 Belfast Hill players. Up went the arms and he has read that to perfection, Sam Clark. He
came to the league, Grubby, to this club, into our league, with a great reputation. It's taken a while for us to see it. Haven't we seen it today?
Well, we have, and I think injuries put a real big curtain over that early in the piece. He looked like he was going to do it, and today he's done it.
In he comes. Slightest of angles. He's going to come in, kick from about 35, kicks through it truly. Umpire goes backwards, but it's in a straight line because that is a goal.
He has.
We've noticed that today.
Yeah.
Back in the middle. Hollands, he's done a great job for a young fella today. He's probably lowered his colours to Barton. Barton is in big trouble there as Hollands again gets a tap down for North. Picked out by Key. Key around the corner, goes towards half forward. Martin went hard at the footy with Van Kregen. Van Kregen got up. Martin's crook too. He's down. Maybe a cramp, but he's taking time to get up. And the ball is inside forward 50 for the North Geelong side, but away come, I was going to say away come Belpost, but they don't get it away. Page dropped the footy, picked up by Holzfein for Belpost Hill, goes towards centre wing. Out there is Watts, does well, has some teammate, Podner there in support, but the ball is won over for Belpost Hill. Handball came to Lewis. Lewis goes towards half forward. Gibbs again, punched the ball down, picks it up, chips it around the corner to Key. Key now goes where? Goes into the corridor, dangerous kick. Parker waited for it to come to him instead of attacking it, but he's got great backup there by Watts. Umpire he called that a throw and he couldn't see that.
Well, I could and I didn't think it was, but...
I reckon he was on the blind side. He thought it was a throw and gave the free kick. In the meantime,
I reckon you're spot on.
The ball has gone to Fursland, has taken the mark just inside forward 54, Belpost Hill and Barton. Keep an eye on him, Grubby.
He's coming off.
Fursland now moves in, That's not a bad-looking kick from Fursland. In fact, the mark almost there to Jovanovic. Can't come down with it, but he comes up with a footy, and Jovanovic. The
Bell Post Hill side. Up they go. Hollands gets all of that one. Comes straight to ground, though. Comes off hands. Holzfind in there. Spins out of the pack there is Van Creek and gets the ball forward for North Geelong. Parker gets hands off it, and it overall was good enough to bring it to ground. Oh, but dashing around the outside there. Might have been Eels, I think it was. Bounces off hands, comes through. Oh, solidly met was Clark. Put the body in hard. Overall was there over the back. Oh, bang. Big clash of bodies once more. Comes off hands, by hand out the back, and it's Page leading, and he will get a little kick round the corner. The mark will be taken there by Parker. Good, strong mark going against the flow of play. He's on the 50-metre arc, right up against the boundary, out of sight of the ground. Parker drives the ball long, but it's not going to be a kick to any advantage, and in fact, it's going to be out of bounds. Touched off hands and out of bounds, because I thought she was on the full, but the goal umpire has indicated the ball was tucked in. Wood versus Hollands. Woods really are going to be up against it in the height terms. Addy comes up with the ball. Can't do much with it. Little give by hand there was from Page and then on to Wood. Drives it back up to the wing, but standing there in the way is Brady Watts. Gives the ball by hand across to Eels again. I think it is. Kicks the ball in long. Looking for options. That was a great kick of the footy. And Hutchinson is going to come up with the ball. Outpointed Big Tar then in that marking contest.
Turn around, mate. Give him your respect and turn around and walk backwards. That's it. Never turn your back.
So, Hutchins with the ball. Hutchinson.
Bell Post have learnt their lesson. They're all going into the hole now. They're not going to let what happened early.
Yeah, but it might be a bit too late.
There. So, Hutchinson will kick from 50 now. Comes in. Big run up. Kicks through it. Oh, that is a great kick of the footy. Just fades on the top at the end.
Oh, Clark nearly got the mark.
Well, he did mark it, but it was through.
10-10-70. North Geelong 4-9-37. Bell Post Hill, Smith's Holden scoreboard. 10 minutes gone in this last quarter.
So Bell Post now. Bring the ball in short.
No.
That's must have given Urquhart the benefit. Metres from the behind post, deep in the attacking area for North Geelong. Throw is short. Ball comes down. That's Page going through with a lot of vigour there. Doesn't get the ball right for North Geelong. That's
it's hit their legs.
It's gone nearly into. In fact, they concede the behind the Bell Post defence. 10-11-71 North. 4-9-33 Bell Post Hill. Smith, Holden, Blood, Suzuki. Final quarter scoreboard. 11 minutes gone.
Overall has brought the ball back in very, very quickly.
Oh, no. And who do you reckon turns up in the commentary? You're a bit late, mate. You're a bit late.
Comes to Fursland. Been joined by Jason Doherty, who Grubby probably was bagging at some point during the day.
No, I haven't, actually.
Very nice to him today. McNamara with the ball. Deep out in the pocket on the netball court side of the ground. Gets a little kick into Page. Page now. Still deep in defence for Bell Post Hill. Looking for options. He's going to go up that outer wing once again.
Well, you can go now, Andrew.
Right, I'm off now.
I thought you were going to say I could go.
Tar in and underneath for the ball here. Can't get it up. Pack forms again. Umpire's going to have to blow his whistle. Parker's not going to drag the ball out of that contest.
So ball on centre wing. Goes in the air. Wood forced his opponent out of the contest. Tar took a fortnight, but finally picked it up. Round the body. In fact, round everything, and it's gone into Cryo Bay.
We go surfing.
Back into play as Watts it is, drives it towards half forward. All Bell Post Hill, they're all intent on spoiling the ball instead of taking the mark. Picked up by Lewis, round the body, goes towards half forward. Watts going back again. I think he might have another free kick.
They've probably run out of steam. They look like they were gone before half time with fitness, but they looks like they haven't thrown it in, but they're just not playing as good as they can.
So Watts now goes along the line, very close to the boundary line.
Going for three in a row.
Watts does get the ball, handball under pressure, but now it's contest at ground level. Players diving on the footy. Oh, he's pretty much grabbed.
Umpires, he's picked that one out.
So Bryant, middle of the ground, and he's played a good game all day. Well, it's almost 50.
Yeah, can't do that.
So
Holzford was
he was a bit
spot.
stiff. He was at the other end. Now the man that marks 35 from goal. So Jared Bryant moves in, makes the distance very comfortably, and has kicked a goal. So
their overall fitness is a big worry, I reckon.
Up they go. Tar's got into the ruck, but Holland's got all of that one and brought it to ground straight away. In and under was Fitzsimmons, as he always is. It's hard work. In and up the North Geelong Magpies to go to the top of the ladder. Tar gets that one. Comes over the top. Bryant with the ball. Smothered as it was kicked. Comes to Matho. He kicks one out of the air, soccer style. Good work. Page leading in the race. Back for the ball right on the cricket pitch. Slides through it with Fitzsimmons. Tar off the ground was Hollands. He can't get the ball away. Upended was Baird. Coming through now is Hardiman once again. Hardiman turns around the corner looking for
that's a free kick.
Tripped in the run. Tripped in the run by Eddie. It wasn't a deliberate trip. Their legs just tangled. Took Clark out of the contest. And Sam Clark is going to line up for his 4th goal, and he might have just edged back into that best on ground position for me, Grub. He has done some real good work in this last quarter.
I'll tell you what, he's close, but I don't know.
Toss of the coin, isn't it?
I reckon Fitzsimmons may have had up in the vicinity of 40-odd touches. He's been fantastic.
Sam Clark, about 30 from goal, 45-degree angle. For his 4th goal, comes in, kicks through it. I reckon he's missed that one.
That's buggered him.
Yeah, he's done now. He's shot to hell.
And the unfortunate part about it is the other bloke in question is Gibbs, and the ball hasn't got down there enough for him to play a great last quarter.
11, 12, 78, 49, 37, 16 and a half gone.
So ball about to come back. Lima kicks to himself, plays on, goes long towards the half-back flank. Oh, Clark almost took the mark from the kick in. Ball picked up on forward 50. Tar gets a tap down to Fantella, round the body. Looks for Hole's find. I reckon he should almost be. Oh no, he won't get a free kick given out there. The young fella, unfortunately, doesn't just pay too many free kicks.
I think it might have been Page, was it?
Couldn't, or it might have been Tobin even. Bit hard to see over there in the distance. The old eyes are not as good as they used to be.
Old being the operative word.
Thanks very much. I was waiting for that. Well, boundary umpire. I think that might have
slipped out of the hands.
Slipped out of the hands. So at the 17.5-minute mark of this final quarter, celebrations can start in the North Geelong dugout, and I think they're fairly relaxed, Grubby, by the look of things.
I think the other query is, aside from the first minute and a half, Brent Gergis has had absolutely no influence on the game whatsoever.
Yeah, no. Good point.
Matheson's completely outpointed him, hasn't he?
So Hole's fine, got the kick there, and it's
wasn't asking you.
As Fitzsimmons, ball smothered off the foot, and the hand.
And we'll come back into play again. Tar gets the tap down. Comes off hands, though, and it was Gibbs who got the ball, turned it round the corner. Pack of players form again. Can they break through out of this tackle? Can't, I don't think. Yes, it's hard to see the ball out there in this side of the ground. Can't see it amongst the stripes, the blue and the red and the black and the whites.
They've played themselves to a standstill both sides,
yeah,
haven't they?
I think there's not much left in the tank.
And obviously it's over. I think the only interest left in the game is whether Scratcher can get off the ground without falling over in that mud. Look, he's got to go, doesn't he?
You reckon if it was a home ground, you might wear some football boots, wouldn't you? Not wear your runners. Comes off, overall picks up the ball. He drives it up the wing for Bellpost Hill. Any score would be something to out of sight of the ground. Up it goes. Tar again gets the tap in. Comes off, got to Page, but he let the ball go straight away, dropped to his feet. Comes off hands, might have been Bryant, got a little chip kick away there. Van Kreuken leads in the race. Couldn't trap it. Urquhart does the better. Kicks the ball up and under, straight up in the air. Fitzsimmons underneath it, couldn't bring it to ground. Baird out there for...
Big point.
So the ball in. Hollands, tap down. Oh, high tackle surely on Fitzsimmons. Not seen by the umpire. System than we've had, and I reckon they've probably got the decisions right.
Except for one of the commentators doing a Jason Doherty and yelling at him once. But
yeah, he lost the plot. I thought Jason was in the box at that point. I really did.
Yeah, I think he was a bloke about grubby size, actually.
It's a little bloke.
So the ball now, it's almost forward 54. Bellpost Hill. Matheson still desperate, dives on the footy. I think they're trying to take it toward the boundary, and surely they have. Pine out, brings the ball back in again. Holland's beaten by Barton, back on the ground on that occasion, but Eels at Ferguson, back of the pack. Long kick towards half forward. In front, Miller can't take the mark, but roving it well was Van Kreuken. He chips it forward, looking for Hutchison. Can he recover? He can. Can he kick the goal? He can.
Oh, that's not round. They normally come round, them ones.
9 North, 4-9-33, Bellpost Hill. Smith, Holden, Blood, Suzuki, final quarter scoreboard, 22 minutes.
As that man Lewis re-enters the park off the interchange bench. Lima kicks the ball. Good kick, goes outside the 50-metre. Oh, big fly at the back of the pack there. Comes off hands, though, and it was Fantella who gets the ball. Pushes it to the outer side of the ground to Page. Page, little chip kick. Goes there to Basely. Can't avoid the tackle.
I did.
And then changed his mind under pressure.
No proof of that.
Hollands gets the ball to ground. Tobin for Belpost Hill gets the ball forward. But Watts, can he control it? No, he can't. Basely dives on the ball. Gives it away to Lewis. Lewis by hand. Back to Barton. Good to see him on the ground. Thought he had a really nasty injury. Was too long for Jovanovic, and it will go out of
The best doggy.
throw in.
I hope he's listening to that. He might buy me a beer during the finals.
He might start talking to you again. Comes off hands, kick off the outside of the boot by Page.
Touched.
Oh, great work
Touched.
by de Blasio. Got back there in the last line. In 34. Belpost Hill to North Geelong 11-13.
And he's one of them, de Blasio. He's been playing forward all year, goes back and does a job down back.
So Parker, long kick in, has got to outside 50. Umpire has deemed that a throw. The free kick will go to Rosmosky for Belpost Hill. Goes back between wing and half forward. Low skimming past, looking for
Good mark.
and
Good mark,
finding Tar. Probably the second mark for the day, I'd say, Justin Tar.
And they've both been pretty good ones.
Yeah, clean. But it's all elementary from here on in at the 24.5-minute mark of the final quarter. Justin Tar yet to kick a goal. In fact, Belpost have only kicked 4 for the game. Moves in. Not a bad looking kick off the boot. The goal umpire's not going too far, except now back to the middle to wouldn't be too long to go. As the ball goes up in the air, Barton and Hollands, 50-50, comes down to Hartman. He goes long inside forward, 50 more. Clark up high, came down very, very hard. And the ball picked up there by Basely, kicked towards centre wing for the Belpost Hill side. They're still fighting pretty hard as the ball, Lewis gets bundled over out of the way, and the ball picked up almost a trip there. Hole's fine. In fact, the trip was paid.
That's why you're the number one commentator in local football.
Well, he couldn't
Weren't
go.
saying that last week.
Chip forward goes to Urquhart. Urquhart, middle of the ground. Doggy Ryan still yelling at players to pick up opponents.
No,
And
he's relentless.
That's fantastic coaching. Urquhart long towards half forward.
Oh,
That's
Specky.
a great mark by Wood. Jumped high, one grab. He's still just forward of centre. Forward now into the forward 50, and Jovanovic read that well. Probably edged de Blasio under ever so slightly, but one grab mark, took it cleanly. Already one goal in the quarter. Come back to see if he can improve his record for this quarter. He's done just that. Kicks his third for the game, Matt Jovanovic. Same thing here, didn't we? They
Yep.
struggled to half-time against Corio.
Yeah, they did.
So throw up again as the ball goes forward. Picked up there by Van Creeken. Can he get around? Yes, he can. He's going to turn it. He's going to be an answering goal. I tell you what, it's a very quick answering goal.
No, missed
just Lima will bring the ball back in. Again, outside 50, say Mark Miller's in the way, though. Lewis, that was just a handball, I reckon, to Holzfine. Back to Lewis. He goes in forward now looking for Dawson. Bounces clear over his head, Razmosky. He can't pick the ball up. Pages in there. He gets the ball away. Picked up by Eels. Goes round on the right foot. Heads towards the half-forward flank looking for Miller and finds him. Miller goes back. Right on true half-forward flank. Goes forward now. Oh, kick slipped over just as he kicked it, but it fell just the right way there for Wright. Can he get through? Finds a little
He
chip
spotted
kick.
him.
He's gone Van Creeken in the middle. He won't miss this one.
Beautiful.
That's gone over the top of his head. And Van
For
Creeken.
a big shot at goal, he lowered his eyes and hit a target.
So Hollands tapped down the middle, coming off the wing as Eels picks it up, goes long again into forward 50. And that's a great kick and a great lead because Biggs on that occasion could see where Eels was running, ran towards the spot on the half-forward flank and has taken the mark.
What Belpost Hill want is the siren to go because North
Oh.
Geelong are going to go bang, bang, bang the longer this game goes now.
So Biggs now right behind him on this occasion, moves in, left footer, hooked it badly and has got a behind only.
Kicks to himself and goes away and heads out that outer side of the ground once more. Over the back there is Clark. Couldn't bring the ball to ground. Key was underneath it. Oh, good work there by Baird. Got the ball away for the Panthers to Holzfine. Stopped right in the mud and he had to stop as well. He was good enough. Went round, then went by hand out wide to Wood, I think that might be. He drives the ball long into attack looking for Jovanovic. Oh, probably slung off the ball, was he? Yes, he was. By de Blasio. De Blasio doesn't agree, but I reckon it was there. And Jovanovic will come up with the ball. He will kick from about 45 directly in front Fairly heavy ball, though. Amount of his ability, you would think he'd be a show. Comes in. Doggy Ryan screams out for some defensive work. He's pulled it, though. It's going to go across the face. Marked back there by Grant. Couldn't bring it to ground. For North Geelong, comes off hands. Page with the ball. Gives a little chip back in. Gives it to Dawson. Dawson goes all the way across the face of goal.
Comedy of errors.
Back there to Parker. Parker. Chip kick up. Comes to Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons now. Kicks the ball out long. But Jovanovic is out there. He's come away from that. Must have followed de Blasio out there. Picked up by Hardiman. Umpire whistle on play. That is harsh. Comes to Hardiman. Centre wing position. Goes inside looking for Bryant, but the kick was poor. Tobin comes up with it for the Panthers. Gets it to Barton. He breaks the tackle. Runs forward now. Drives the ball back into attack. Looking for Tar. Couldn't bring the ball to ground. Matheson was too good for him there. Ball comes to Parker. And there is the siren. That is the end of the game, and North Geelong will go to the top of the ladder. 12-15-87, Bellpost Hill. 6 goals, 10.
Here at Keith Barclay Oval, a couple of weeks ago I had a very excited coach from North Geelong in Darren Doggy Ryan, but he's more than excited today because the North Geelong club have just defeated Bellpost Hill in a magnificent game of wet weather football. Doggy, firstly, welcome. Congratulations. What a fantastic win.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Obviously, it's something you strive for as a club to come up against the league leaders for the last 3 years, and we really set ourselves to have a crack at Bellpost Hill. We've got a lot of belief that we could beat them, but geez, it's great to beat them, mate. I tell you, I hope don't want to brag about it, but it's nice. It gives our players and our club a lot of confidence with all the work that we've been doing for the last 2 years.
We, the commentators, probably had a lot of conjecture at how you would approach the game, how Brent Grigich had approached the game. I think tactically you came out with a few moves that he wouldn't have expected, playing forwards up back and backs up forward, and I think it took him a bit by surprise. Yeah,
I think people don't realise the flexibility we've got in our side. Our players who can go forward, we've got players who can go back. We're really lucky and gifted in terms of that, and we probably worked hard in that area to make sure they had blokes that could rotate through certain roles. And we spent a lot of time, like I guess you look at Gutty, de Blasio last year played defensive all year, and then we've played him for probably 9 to 10 games this year as a forward due to our injuries. And this week we threw him back on Big Jovanovic, which I thought he'd done a terrific job on him.
Yeah, you did very, very well. And have you gone out with the intent of being much harder at the play with the footy and playing a role whereby you didn't allow any Bellpost Hill play an easy kick, though, one-on-one when you had to be, but when the guy had the footy, you really attacked him?
Oh, absolutely. I think our guys really set themselves up to attack Bellpost Hill. I think they've been looking for a really big challenge, and we knew that's where Bellpost Hill's strength is. They're big body boys. We knew that they'll hit us hard, and we thought we had to be proactive in that area and be the leaders. And I thought today we were the leaders for 4 quarters in that area, so it was an absolute standout.
We wondered when you recruited Sam Clark to the club to today epitomise why you recruited him. What a great game he played.
Oh, super. Just the things I don't think people really notice is the body work that he does for players, and great space for blokes, a lot of body blocks that he does for the players. He's such a important player to our forward structure. He's really team orientated, and I think most people don't realise how team orientated he is. He's just a fantastic individual. He's got an amazing football brain. He's fantastic.
Derek Fitzsimmons, we glow about his talents week in, week out. Maybe we'll put the moz on him because we've gone out on a limb and suggest he might win the Whitley medal after today's game, but week after week he puts in for you.
Oh, mate, he's a marvellous player. His record speaks for himself, 4-time BNF winner at this club. He's just, I've been around for footy for a little while, and to see a bloke who's so consistent and, not by myself and everyone around this club, I just admire the way he attacks the ball. We've given Lockie Wrights and the Blake Podners and so forth, say, listen, that's a leader that you've got to follow. He's an exceptional captain and terrific fellow.
As a former defender myself, I always admire defenders who come along. Early in the year, I was a little bit concerned about Jared Bryant. You've persevered with him. Obviously, you've worked with him. What a great game he played today.
Oh, he was super. JB's, he's come back from GDFL, and I think it's taken him a few weeks to find his spot. But on a couple of weeks he plays, you just go, he's back on, and he just weans off a bit. And we sat him forward a couple of times against Thompson, so forth. He kicked like 3 goals, 6 or something. So he's an adaptable player. He creates flexibility in his side, but it just is when JB's on, his importance to this club is enormous.
And is that the best side you can field, or is there someone still to come back before the end of the season?
Nah, mate, we're full strength. That's we've got Aaron Jervis who's probably knocking on the door. I mean, if you watch our reserves today, we've got probably 6 to 8 blokes who played in our reserves that obviously are knocking. But Aaron Jervis is probably our only injured player so far not playing today. So
the good part about it, the couple who weren't there, I sort of Paramount, Fletcher. I guess if they put in some form, they put pressure on the blokes already in the team, so that's only going to improve you.
Oh, absolutely. The pressure, telling blokes on Thursday night they're not in the side this week was gut-wrenching as a coach, but, that's something we strive to do to make sure that we had 8 to 10 blokes in our reserves that could step up and play senior football. Daniel Aluzzi and, and all them boys who played really well last week, Paul, the reality of it is you play a bad game, you're going to get dropped, and they got dropped this week. For 2-3 weeks, them boys were fantastic, but that's the nature of the beast.
I guess, Doggy, as commentators, we came here expecting the game of the year, perhaps the best game of the year, and I don't think you let us down today. Thanks very much for a great game. Congratulations. You've broken the bell post still run, and now I tell you what, top of the ladder, how's it feel?
Oh, it's fantastic. We're all excited to have both sides, reserves and seniors, on top of the ladder. That's what you strive for. Let's be honest. We all know that you want to be on top of the ladder. You want to make sure now we've got something to hold on to, and we want to obviously enjoy hopefully a week of rest in the finals in round 1. But we've got a massive task next week against East Geelong, so we're already planning for that, mate.
Done very well. Thanks, Doggy Ryan, for a great win, great interview, and keep up the good work.